So I'm pretty glad to finally have a reason to talk about this guy, which, let's be honest. The fact that I'm opening by saying that's not really doesn't make me look good. But with Lomachenko, I actually have a lot of respect for this fighter. Sometimes when I talk about him, it may not seem like it, but the situation with Vasyl Lomachenko is he has under 10 fights, and he already has a better resume than a lot of boxers who've had over like 40 fights. So that needs to be commended immediately. I respect Lomachenko. I know he's had like a stellar amateur career, and the thing is, Vasyl Lomachenko, even though he's old, he's still new to the professional game. So Vasyl Lomachenko is one of those few individuals where I don't think deserves, like, I'm not gonna give him any pressure until he gets to those number 20 fights. You see what I'm saying? Until he gets to maybe like 20 fights down the road, then I'm not going to expect nor want him to face any like super top elite competition. However, with that being said, I don't want to hear him in conversations like the pound for pound, or like the best this or that, unless he's going to be facing top level guys. So really, what I'm trying to say is it's up to Vasyl Lomachenko to decide what his career is going to be. Right now, he definitely has he has a potential to become, to have like one of the best resumes in boxing history. I mean, but then again, remember, he's not. It's not the fact that the situation with Vasyl Lomachenko is that he's an old guy. He joined professional rankings late, and so he has a very small window to expand upon his boxing, his boxing resume. So if he decides to just face bums for the rest of his career, I'm okay with that. If he wants to face top level competition, I'm okay with that too. I just want him. My only issue that will ever come from him will be the same issue I have with individuals like Gennady Golovkin, individuals like Manny Pacquiao. Do not praise this man unless he's doing something praiseworthy. You see what I'm saying? I don't want to hear him being talked about being one of the best boxers in the game when he's facing tomato cans and stuff like that. I like I said, I'm not going to be as harsh on Vasyl Lomachenko as some of these fighters that have over like 20, 30 fights. Because again, I think he even has less than 10 fights at this point. However, with Vasyl Lomachenko, if I start hearing people like Jim Lampley or Max Kellerman, oh, look at this guy, the next Floyd Mayweather, the next Manny Pacquiao, the next Sugar Ray Leonard, this next, if I see that when I'm watching the Vasyl Lomachenko bout, I'm going to have to come on here and just kind of take it down a notch, because we gotta remember he may have the skills, but his window of opportunity is very limited. So if we're gonna talk about making him, talk about him going down as one of the all-time greats and whatnot, he's gonna have to get a bevy of names on his resume. But let's be honest, he's gotten off to a good start. And however, he already has a blemish on his record, and that blemish is Orlando Salido, which brings us to the point of this video. All right, so there's been some talks about Vasyl Lomachenko and Orlando Salido having a rematch. For those of you that don't know, a while back they already fought, and Orlando Salido he got the nod. He won the fight, and now Vasyl Lomachenko is talking about having a rematch with Orlando Salido, and I think a lot of us already know this. I saw some articles on Sky Sports today, and that's pretty much what inspired me to sit here and talk about it. I also saw 78 Sports TV's video, of course. Great channel. If you guys don't know who or what that boxing channel is, go over there and watch it. But here's my thing. So apparently they're kind of having a dispute over who's going to be the quote unquote A side and who's going to be the B side and whatnot. Now I know I just told you guys about how much respect I have for Vasyl Lomachenko and all that stuff, but in all seriousness, I need to get some water. But in all seriousness, who the fuck does Vasyl Lomachenko think he is? He's definitely not the A side in this situation. I can't fathom how someone would say that Vasyl Lomachenko deserves more money. I've seen some other videos talking about this, and they listed a bunch of reasons, but the only reason that matters to me is the fact that Orlando Salido, he got the victory over Vasyl Lomachenko. And not only that, but Orlando Salido, he's taken his career to, it's not like his career has had a nosedive after he fought Vasyl Lomachenko. No, he's taken his career to newer heights. He's gone on and done other good things. He's fought other good competitors, and he has Orlando Salido has options. He doesn't have to fight Vasyl Lomachenko, and so. And you can't even call it ducking because again, he's already fought Vasyl Lomachenko. You're not ducking someone when you've already fought him. Okay, Vasyl Lomachenko is not mandatory or anything like that. So, yeah, if Vasyl Lomachenko wants to get in the ring with Orlando Salido, I definitely think that Vasyl Lomachenko should take the pay cut. I keep on hearing these stories about how Vasyl Lomachenko, he's asking for more money for this and more money for that. I heard that the fight with Guillermo Rigondeaux didn't happen because Vasyl Lomachenko, he wanted $800,000, Guillermo Rigondeaux to have $500,000, stuff like that, and the same thing with Nicholas Walters. Here's the thing, right? I think Vasyl Lomachenko, he's a great fighter, and he does have a pretty decent name, but when you're talking to another veteran, it's gotta be disrespectful when you have all these other guys that have far more fights than you do, and and this person's saying, hey, but you gotta take a pay cut. I mean, sure, Vasyl Lomachenko has Gary Russell Jr., but Guillermo Rigondeaux had Nonito Donaire. I mean, on his resume, and so it's just it's just funny when I hear some of these comments and see some of these videos talking about Vasyl Lomachenko and how he should be the A side. I mean, again, he probably does have the bigger name, but look at Orlando Salido. He doesn't really want the fight. He doesn't. It's like with the whole situation with Mayweather and Pacquiao. It's like, sure, they can have a rematch. Sure, you can probably make some more money, a lot more money facing someone else. But I like, Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather. That's a bad example. Juan Manuel Marquez and Pacquiao. After Juan Manuel Marquez got the knockout, it's like Orlando Salido probably is very comfortable with with that victory. Orlando Salido doesn't have to go home and close his eyes and remember that fight. No, because Orlando Salido, he got the nod. He beat Vasyl Lomachenko. It's Vasyl Lomachenko that has to rewrite that wrong on his record. So yeah, I don't think that. I just want this whole talk about Vasyl Lomachenko being the A side over Orlando Salido, that needs to die. If there is any talk, I haven't seen that many videos of it. I saw two. I saw Sunday Sports TV's video, and I saw this other video on this guy's channel I didn't even want to name. But yeah, please, again, yeah, I hope I don't come off as too critical of Vasyl Lomachenko, because again, the guy's only had probably 7 or 8 professional fights. You see what I'm saying? So I don't think I think that when I compare Vasyl Lomachenko to other boxers, he definitely gets a lighter touch. He deserves a pass because he hasn't even had 20 fights yet. I think he deserves a couple of bum matches, you know what I'm saying? But again, if he takes on bum matches and, faces, rises as a prospect, stuff like that, I don't think that I think we need to cease all these conversations comparing Vasyl Lomachenko and to guys like Keith Thurman. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to see Vasyl Lomachenko on the pound for pound list unless he is talking about facing the best of the best of the best, and he's beating the best of the best of the best, which he kind of is doing now. I'm not gonna lie. He has a stellar record at the moment for someone that's only had 7 or 8 fights. So, but I think I'm gonna end this video off with that. Casual fan here. I'm not an expert on the sport, but I always say you don't have to be an expert to give your opinion on something, so take it easy, y'all.